Alright, finally, some good invasion content for y'all to watch. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Scrub the Tarnished. I am a noob invader. I've been doing this for about a year now. I've been enjoying it relatively. But yeah, no, this is my pyromancy spellblade build. So it's got like Giant's Flame incantations with a lot of flame art infused weaponry. His name is Sultry, and he's a hot boy. He is a hot boy indeed. But yeah, we're just gonna get right into it. So we're at Fogwall Central, and we Black Flame Tornadoed someone to death, and we got a Phantom and a Host. Very interesting build for the Host. No idea what you're trying to do with that Great Shield if you're not blocking with it. But the Phantom, there's a lot of packet loss, so a lot of my hits were not registering, which is always fun. I didn't realize that they didn't even get the Horsey Boy, so I was very happy to see that I had a friend on my side. And shout out the Horsey Boy. They actually got, oh, what the, I didn't even realize he glitched out right there, but he got the Phantom, so that's one less problem. Very grateful for the Horsey Boy at times. But yeah, no, he came in clutch. For example, the one time that the Host blocked with his fingerprint shield, the Horsey Boy got him from behind. So no, that was cool. That was cool. Like I said, we finally got some good invasion content for this video. The last one was a little boring, but it is what it is. But yeah, I never get invasions out at the capital outskirts, or just like in Lendale, because you don't see a lot of people going through Lendale at like level 150 to 168, unless you're in like New Game Plus, which is very rare. So I'm always grateful to invade in, unique spots like this one. But yeah, so this build is at 168, level 168. It's got 60 faith. The weapon scaling when flame art infused, the damage really drops off like once you start going past 50 faith. So the extra 10 points in faith is more so for like the incantations. There's some really good pyromancy incantations with this build. Flame of the Fell God is a good like zoning tool. I use it to pressure players. No idea why I would use that in a 1v1 situation. Look at my hard swaps. I'm so good and so lightning quick at my hard swaps, and I totally did not get hit like 2 or 3 times there, but we win those. I've been having a hard time using dual curve swords with bad internet, because it's just high latency and phantom hits majority of the time, so it's just really rare to actually get like the hits that you want to get with a curved sword, especially with how little of range you got working with. But nonetheless, I was just trying to test things out, because I'm sure for those who invade, how many people we've played against that use whatchamacallit, the Bloodhound's Fang. Very original weapon. Was my favorite weapon at the very first playthrough that I did. It's kind of funny how the game grants us such a powerful weapon at the beginning of the game, and people just use it for the rest of their lifetime. But I knew that if I was going to get a lot of phantom hits, I might as well just bring out the Madness Spears. It's funny, my first ever video that I posted on here, I was saying like, if anybody's got any like recommendations for high latency builds that's not Sleep or Madness, hit me up. But here I am using Madness, because it seems like it's the only way I can actually get rid of players who are very latent. Here we got Castle Soul. I haven't really been getting many Castle Soul invasions lately, but it's a fun place to invade. Shout out these lions or tigers. They look more like lions. Lions on steroids, pretty much. They come in great help when needed. The only reason why I really have the Gargoyle's Twin Blades on this build is so I can have quick access to Black Flame Tornado. So it's like in the middle of my inventory, because I don't have it organized yet. Sometimes it's fun if you're going against someone who had a curved sword like that. Sure, it's a good weapon to match with, and I just really like Twin Blades. It's just more of like a duelist weapon for me rather than like an invasion weapon. I'm sure if I bleed infuse like a Godskin Peeler, I'll be unstoppable. But yeah, so here we have a Host and a Phantom. The Phantom was a little latent. but we had a Ruins Greatsword user with the Falling Star Beast Jaw weapon thing, and then we had a Sword of Night and Flame user. So as you could see, just right before, I used the Flame of the Fell God to get the host away from me for a little bit so I can go after the Phantom. And what I failed to do here is actually catch up with the Phantom to finish them. And I've said this before in multiple videos. I have a hard time like finishing fights, especially like if it's a 2v1 or 3v1 situation. Like if I can just track down the person who I'm running after, that would be great rather than letting them escape. Like for example, that just happened and I couldn't roll catch that Phantom on time. So I guess I really just, it's a skill issue and need to work on my roll catching. Anybody got tips for that? Please let me know. If I need to delay my attacks, I suppose that would be it, but I also work with pretty bad internet as well. So yeah, so if anybody got tips, hit me up. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing some kind of like Sword of Night and Flame, oh my goodness. Oh, ow. Some kind of like Sword of Night and Flame build. I don't know what that would look like a half magic, half fire build, because it would be super hard like trying to organize like your the hotbar or like your inventory or the whatever three slots you got to hold your weapons and equipment in, and what kind of like stats I would use. Obviously like the Prince of Death staff and the Golden Order seal, because they both scale off of int and faith. Also shout out the Putrid Tree Spirit for helping me finish the job with that Phantom. It could do something better than I could, which is actually eliminate players when they're running away. So yeah, definitely going to be working on my roll catching. Am I actually going to do what I say I do? That is a very good question, because okay, so like for those who don't know, I have ADHD, so I'm very just all over the place all the time. So remembering things is not my strong suit. Letting my words come out faster than my brain is processing those words is also a strength of mine. Yeah, so that just for a little bit of context. This is a reminder why you should have Black Flame Tornado on a fire build or any kind of faith build. What you just saw was not a good example of that, and I accidentally pressed up on the D-pad to use my Estus instead of down to use my whatever that flask is called. But yeah, no, that's why you should have Black Flame Tornado, because you can get rid of people that use Moonlight Greatswords and that put all their stats into intelligence. Oh hey, speaking of intelligence, we're at the Academy of Raya Lucaria. This is one of my favorite just overall places in Elden Ring. I love the atmosphere of it. I have one of my my monitor wallpapers set to like a view from outside of this room that we're watching me fight in right now. But I don't know, I just really like the atmosphere. There's like a very like mystical, ethereal vibe to the Academy, and I just like the colors of it, the color aesthetic, like the cyan blue of like sorcery in the sky when you're in Raya Lucaria. It's just one of my favorites. It's my favorite color too. So here we have two Moon Veilers. I don't see a lot of people wear the Albinauric head. I always have it in my inventory in case people want to just like taunt it or flaunt it. I think flaunt is a word. But yeah, so we had two Moon Veilers. I knew I had to be careful to some extent. I know there's a previous video of mine where I was fighting two blues who came right after another, and they both had Moon Veils. So working with Moon Veilers like that is fine, but you got to be careful if it's two of them side by side. But in the end, we take those, and you know, we were all Moon Veil spammers once in our Elden Ring lifetimes, so that's one of the easier weapons to combat. But yeah, so unfortunately I couldn't get the Black Flame Tornado from this corner. Apparently they were, not only did they invest some stat points into their intelligence in the game, they at least put some into their intelligence in real life as well. So they were at least smart enough not to challenge me and come through this door, which I found very surprising. So I wasn't really sure what to do because I knew if I were to just rush them, they would just moonveil me. Oh, I guess that's actually what I did. So I guess I wanted to take out the Endure to go for the Black Flame Tornado, but that did not go out as well as I expected it to. So I just said to myself, like, you know what, I'm just gonna huck a giant fireball at them, go reposition, go put on some regen. You can see me go back and forth, like do that little wiggle. I was doing like a hee kind of laugh as I was running away, because I was just having fun with this one. Like I wasn't really stressed out or anything. I've said in a previous video, like I'm trying to panic less in invasions, which is really hard, because this is a complete different type of combat that I played in video games compared to what I've played to in the past. But I mean, at least there's things to make this combat easy and fun, like the Taker's Flames Ash of War, and when you have a great sword going against the katana, you can just hyper armor trade and give the respectful bow, because we gotta make players feel like they're somewhat good at the game, but also not at the same time. I hardly get invasions in the Shofra. I never knew how it was pronounced. Is it like Siofra, Shofra, Siofra, whatever this place was, the aqueducts. And just like this area itself. I love Noxtella, I love Nokron. I think it's also one of the cooler places in regards to like aesthetic and design in the game compared to others. But so I didn't know that there was another red, but it seems that the red was challenging like a little bridge duel. You can see them go for the emote, but that's one of the emotes that you can't cancel out of right away, so he got hit right there. So you can see my frames just like stop right there. If anybody knows why that happens, or if anybody else has that discrepancy, let me know. So this is one of the very few times I can actually use Burn O Flame. I knew that this dude was just going to use his Mogwin Spear through that wall. There goes the red, unfortunately. But I made him panic, and so the host lost a teammate, I lost a teammate, so now it's a even 1v1. So what I was trying to do, what was I trying to do? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, I was trying to use Endure into O Flame, because O Flame, you can charge it with the Godfrey icon and you can get some really good damage off of that, some good burst damage, but it's really predictable, so it's just really hard for me to use it. So I wanted to just have fun with this guy, you know, pull out the Misery Cord with Endure on it and then use O Flame, but my frames glitched out right there and stopped, and then I got backstabbed. So it's just like, really game, I want to have fun for once, and this is how you're gonna repay me. Like, so grateful for my Elden Ring experience. Oh yeah, I was actually able to get the O Flame off. I didn't get all of his health because I had to smack him a couple times with the knife, but I mean, hey, now that's some extra content right there. There's your O Flame content for those who love using that incantation. Here we have the Shaded Castle. This is a fun place to invade. We have Faith, and then, I don't know the other dude's name. I already forgot. Yichun, Chun, I don't know. The Shaded Castle is pretty fun. It can be chaotic, because when you're on the Poison Swamp, like, you got multiple things that you gotta worry about. You gotta worry about fighting two people at once. You're also most likely going to get poisoned, so you gotta worry about making sure you got your poison pellets ready and not taking damage over time. So I just wasn't really enjoying this spot where I was fighting, and plus I just got poisoned, so I knew I should have repositioned to at least get my poison pellets ready, because they got poisoned. I didn't see them heal the poison. But it is what it is. So this is another example of me not being able to roll catch for the life of me. I feel like it's just because of my bad internet that I can't get most of these roll catches off, because I feel like I do deserve some of the hits on these roll catches or like chase downs. So I'm glad I had some little snail boys to help me out with that one. as if they do any damage. I guess they're more so just like pressure added on to the fight. But no, I guess it's really just mostly my Wi-Fi that messes up my roll cache. No idea why Faith did not use the Ash of War when I was going up the ladder, because they could have like knocked me down, but instead they allowed me to get a hit in, and then they dodged, and then they used the Ash of War. But it has such a slow startup, so there was absolutely no way in heck that they could have made it through. So we have a Crab Shack gank. These two gankers, it was actually pretty funny what strat they were using to gank. So they both had the Great Stars, Great Hammer. Their Ash of War on that was the Bull Goat Ash of War. You just start rolling on the ground and turn into a ball of lightning. And I discovered something cool about how to evade that Ash of War, and you'll see in just a moment. But I just thought it was pretty, like, I thought it was cute. They're just running cute builds, just trying to gank people. I can't get too frustrated at that, because you don't see a lot of people use that Ash of War. So, I don't know, just gotta give them a little bit of respect. But check this out. So when you would think that you wouldn't be able to jump over the Ash of War, but you actually can. You can just jump right over it, because I know it's a really good pressuring tool to just players panic roll it, and then they just get rolled into. But you can just jump right over it. So now you know that you can jump over that. So glad I was able to save the red in time and learn a new trick. So be taking notes. I love how this host comes in with a very warm welcome from the ceiling. I don't see a lot of people use the poison katana a lot. I'm thinking about also making like a low level poison build with like rot and poison, because what better of a level to use a poison build, or like a Scarlet Rot build at low level, because I'm sure like at level 150 to 160 everyone's got like rot boluses or poison boluses, so it's just like, I don't know, and poison doesn't even do that much damage over time at such high levels as well, so it's just not really worth it. I don't understand how that dude managed to roll through all of those attacks when he was trapped in that little corner, but nah. The host thought he was safe for now, but Giant's Flame Take Thee is one of those incantations with an AoE that can go through walls and floors, so he thought he was safe. But little did he know, he was not. So, yeah, no, poison build coming soon. Not sure what build I want to showcase next after this, because this is the last out of the 4 videos that I'm going to showcase of Sultry. This is another reminder why you need Black Flame Tornado on a fire build, because you could do fun things like that and just instantly get rid of people. Unfortunately, the Phantom was lucky enough to escape my Cyclone of Death, but now the host has to spawn right where he died, walk 2 inches to get his runes, and then go fight right card. So, and then here we have some Godfrey Fog Wallers. Surprisingly, I was able to fight them. They didn't want to actually go and Fog Wall me, but I was kind of stupid. Alright, so I managed to get the Black Flame Tornado after the Endure on the Wizard, but I was kind of stupid. I was where I was kind of like trapped in the corner from this guy, and accidentally pressed Endure twice, so that really messed up my flow. I got from the Dragon Breath, but managed to get the heal off, because luckily that Phantom right there used the Destined Death Ash of War. So what happens is that is another reason why you use Black Flame Tornado. This is a Black Tornado stan account. But what we do not stand is people who just go and Fog Wall after their 2 Phantoms have been killed. So I remembered that username having Twitch on it, so whoever you are for Fog Walling me, you are a coward. But for those who made it to the end of this video, you are not a coward. You are in fact much cooler than that. So this is the end of the video. Expect more videos soon. Thank you for watching. I'll put the stats to the build below. So I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day, evening, and I love you, and be good to yourselves. Okay, goodbye.